Vanity alert. Vanity alert. Sorry I haven't called you guys in a few days. I drank for like fucking 10 days in a row there. I was like, man, I need to fucking detox myself, you know? And so I did. But we started drinking again. I have a lot of issues. But I came back over here to the park to hang out, you know. Barbecue. I got a barbecue going over there. You know, I'm cooking up some chicken and some sausages. But when I was doing my thing, this woman walked up to me because I was sneezing. Achoo, 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 achoo. And she was sneezing too. And she's like, oh, it's the spring, you know, all the pollen's in the air, you know, da, da, da. Pollen. I'm fixing to tell you all some shit about pollen. You can call it pollen if you want to. That's up to you. All right? But pollen, what makes you sneeze? Achoo, achoo, achoo. It's tree sperm. You can call it pollen if you want, but it's tree sperm because it's floating in the air. Because male trees, they release their pollen. Sperm is the word that, you know, we all know, and that's what they do. They just release it into the air, and it makes us sneeze. You know, they release it in the air, and, you know, it hits the female trees, and next thing you know, you got a lot more trees. There's another animal on this planet that does the same thing. Does the same thing. Only they live in the ocean. Jellyfish do the same thing. They release their. You don't ever hear anybody saying that jellyfish release pollen. Have you ever heard that? You never will. Male jellyfish, they just release their sperm into the ocean. And when the female jellyfish swims into it, what's that taste in my mouth? You know, and next thing you know, you got a million more jellyfish. Trees do the exact same thing, except they do it on land. They do it on the land. And I started telling someone, because we were both sneezing, and you know, I was like, you know, can I explain to you, you know, what's happening, and but you know, are you married? And she said, yeah, and I said, then I shouldn't tell you this, and she's like, well, you've already opened the door, and I'm like, all right, look, I don't know who came up with the word pollen. I'm gonna Google that. You know, who came up with the word pollen, because trees, male trees, send their sperm out into the air, and then the female trees grab it up, and in the ocean, jellyfish do the same thing. The male jellyfish, he just releases his sperm into the water, and then the female jellyfish swim into it and go, what's that taste in my mouth? You know? And next thing you know, you got 10 more jellyfish, you know. I've worked on shrimp boats, so I know this. I know how this works. I believe that trees and jellyfish are related. I think jellyfish were first, and then they crawled up on the land, and now we got a bunch of trees. So, I was going, that's what it is, I mean, I don't know who came up with the word pollen. I guess it sounds better than sperm, but that's what it is. When pollen's floating through the air, it's the male trees trying to impregnate the female trees, you know? And when it gets up in your nose, you're going to sneeze. So when you sneeze, you have male sperm from trees going up your nose, and it makes you sneeze. Because that's how it started, you know, with me and this one, because we both started sneezing at the same time. It's floating in the air, you know. We're not going to get impregnated, you know, by a tree or anything. But it gets up in your nose, and next thing you know, you're sneezing. And that is, we need to find out who come up with the word pollen, because it's not pollen, it's tree sperm. That's what it is. The male trees, especially here in the spring, because we discussed that. And I asked her, are you married? And she was like, yeah, da, da. And I'm like, don't tell your husband, you know what I'm telling you, because I don't want to get beat up. And she assured me, that, he's a good dude. He might even enjoy this conversation. Listen, when you find yourself sneezing, achoo, achoo, achoo. And this is going to go on for another month or so, maybe even 2. It's not pollen, it's tree sperm. This is why my channel is not for children. Remember what I say, love the one you're with, and I'll call you later.